Alrighty then guys, welcome to this month's episode of my thoughts on Need for Speed Rivals. So, just wanted to quickly get this one out before games come so I can give you my current thoughts on the game before it, and I'll possibly do a video after games come depending on what information we get, probably on the day of the information, just to be, there, kind of thing. And you might get some more information, might get a release date, maybe more questions answered in interviews and so on, so it makes sense to do one after as well. But I wanted to get this one out the way mainly because I've been sent in a lot of links by you lovely people, so it is good that you're actually sending me this stuff, because a lot of this stuff I don't really read. I don't really read interviews, mainly because they just say the same stuff over and over again, so once I've read one, I don't normally read the next, but this one has a little bit of saucy information that long-time series Need for Speed fans will probably scream in excitement over. Anyway, thanks for actually sending in the links, by the way, guys, because it saves me having to do it, and I'm lazy. So the first piece of information I have for you today was a Digital Spy interview with Craig Sullivan, who works for... He says he works for Ghost at the minute, but he works for Criterion, and he works for EA, so he can switch around all he bloody likes, but I don't care. He works for Criterion for me, which means he's got a little bit less respect from me.
Any reason? It's the fact that I'm a real big fan of Need for Speed. So I was the creative director on Hot Pursuit, and also the creative director on Most Wanted, back at Criterion. And when I heard the guys were setting up a studio, making a Need for Speed game out here, Marcus I know very well. He's really pushing for quality and a fresh new take on Need for Speed. And I wanted to be involved with it, so I'm here on secondment at the moment, living full time in Gothenburg and working with the guys on Need for Speed Rivals.
What's up, bitches? You want Need for Speed with customization? Well, fuck what you want!
Anyway, so one of the questions was basically, how does all drive work? How does it allow you to come into a game with other people and so on? So this was his answer. A game loop will usually go, I'll boot up the game, I'll choose to continue my racing career, I'll start at the hideout, and now look at how many speed points I've got. The speed points you use to buy new cars and mods. So straight away, let's talk about that very quickly.
Yes! Buying cars! What is this madness in a Need for Speed game? I've never bought a car in my bloody life. Drive around and find them, or unlock them by doing races and not have to pay for them because apparently I have access to every car from the start of the game or something.
Anyway, I'm really happy about the fact that they're deciding to allow me to buy cars that I want. My hope is that this will lead to a lot of other features similar to this, so pink slip races between other racers. If not, I could trade cars with other people, so I could be like, if I lose, you can have my car, or if you set wages against each other, some stuff like that. I hope that leads to that, because that would make me play the game all the time. Seriously, wager matches in Need for Speed would be absolutely fantastic, and it would give me a reason to build up the game every day just to earn a bit more money. Anyway, let's move on to modifications they mentioned. So modifications, I'm not thinking full engine upgrades, superchargers, turbos, like what we used to get in Need for Speed Most Wanted and Carbon. What I'm thinking is the mods from either Hot Pursuit, so upgrading how many spikes you get, burst of NOS that you can use, that stuff like EMPs and whatever, or it's going to be the Criterion Most Wanted style mods, which we all hate, aero body, ram chassis, all that crap. So it's either going to be one of those two. I'm hoping it's going to be the first one where, well, actually no. And again, I hope it's both, okay? Because having those crappy Criterion mods, as much as they suck, having something extra to buy towards your car is always nice, because buying things is awesome in games. And it means I can actually do races again and again and again and actually have fun because I'm earning something from doing the race. Anyway, let's carry on reading this article because it's got some other information that you may find useful. Then I'll be looking at the map, And while that's going on in the background, the game will have tried to put you in a game with someone that you have played with recently, ideally a friend. So when I roll out, I mean your world. You're about your business, doing what you're doing what I'm doing, and so on. So that's basically all drive feature kicking in there. So basically, what I'm guessing is you're in a garage, you decided to jump out into free mode, your friends will all be there as well. That's a good feature. It's not game changing because Test Drive Unlimited 2 did it. The crew's doing a very, very similar thing, pretty much exactly the same, but obviously the crew's going to be on another bloody level of it because it's a massive open world rather than straight road open world like Rivals. So I'm happy about this, but also unhappy because if I'm adding random people that I don't really want to play with at the time, I'm just hoping there's going to be a feature to turn this off. You know, maybe favourite friends. I can have like a favourite friends list that I always want to jump in with. You know, people that I know aren't just going to run up to me and take me down in a pissing Bugatti Veyron. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. There is more to it, you can read it all, but basically all drive is basically a good feature and I'm happy it's been added, but it's not game changing. You know, it's something that adds to the experience, but it just removes a menu. You know, something you normally do in a menu just removes that. One thing I'm curious about though, they said there's no menu lobby system, which is going to be annoying for me because I can't really organise events with you guys. If all games are going to be like this, it's going to be slightly annoying to try and find people. So I hope there's a way around it of some sort because I want to be able to play with you guys. You know, if that means making another account and just adding loads of random people, then so be it. But still not ideal. Hopefully there's a way around it. Alright, moving on to the next part. There was a video by Official PlayStation Magazine, even though they're not really Official PlayStation Magazine. They just got PlayStation in their name for some reason. But anyway, they did a video basically comparing the experience and what it looks like graphically of launch titles from the PS3 and launch titles on the PS4. So basically comparing games, you know, early release games anyway. And you can see instantly the visual advantage that the PS4 has is absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to see what they make later down the line with the PS4 and Xbox One. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is the fact that they said Need for Speed Carbon is crap. Well, they didn't say it's crap, but they said compared to Rivals, it's not very good. Now, I'm not attacking them personally, but it's the whole of the media that review games and so on, and give opinions on games and so on. What confuses me is the fact that they have no idea what the hell they are talking about. Because seriously, how many episodes am I on Carbon? Okay, it took me a day to complete Need for Speed Most Wanted, the new one. A day. Yeah, okay, it has multiplayer progression. Yeah, but that takes about a bloody day as well. Not even a day to fully max your car. It'll take you about an hour of driving to fully max out the car to what modifications you want. You know, it's not hard at all. It's like they want to take the easy route, and that's what's pissing me off about the industry. You know, we're always complaining about how games are easier and so on. Because the media industry are feeding you this bollocks, and people are going, oh yeah, it's okay, that's a fine game. And I have to say this multiple times, but you are not paying for a game because you can, you know, go, oh, I'll help the company, I want them to make another one. You don't have to go, oh, that's a bit crap, but I want to help them, That's not what the industry is about. If they make a shit game, you don't buy it. You not buying it means they will go, oh wait, okay, so we're doing terrible. Well, look at what this guy over here is doing. So we'll copy them because they've got a fantastic idea. The crew. And they'll just carry on. So that's what we need to do. We need to show them, figures-wise, that the crew is a way better game and sales profit-wise than Need for Speed Rivals. Because then they will actually take into account that when we get that stuff, we happy. Pretty much, we get that stuff, we happy. So they will want to attempt to make that happen because it's more profitable to them. So don't think that you have to buy the game because it has one good thing and about 10 million bad things. If you think it's a bad game, don't buy it. Buy a different game and it'll make them go, oh, that game did well, we'll make something similar to that, or take ideas from that game and make our game better next time. And hopefully they get some good people to make the game. I'm not saying Ghosts are bad, because I haven't seen, I don't know who's controlling what on this game. It seems there's a lot of Criterion dominance in this game, which pisses me off. But I'm guessing that's EA's command. And that leads me on to a next thing here, which is quite depressing actually. It's about Black Box, which I'll bring up now. So I'm not going to read all of this, but if you go on the Need for Speed wiki page, you can see a part near the bottom called Decline. So basically it talks about how the decline of sales for Need for Speed happened after the release of 2005's Need for Speed Most Wanted, which was made by Black Box. And it was basically saying how they made Black Box make every single Need for Speed game for multiple platforms year after year after year after year from 04 to 07. That, to me, is just awful. It really is, but they were doing a fantastic job, and they tell them to just piss off. Do you know what? That's what pisses me off, because what they did is they decided to go, oh, we apologise, we're never going to do this again, we've got 2 people working on the Need for Speed games now. Then they get rid of them and tell them to make mobile and freaking browser games, and then they close them completely. That's a nice way of saying thanks, isn't it, EA? Yeah, good fucking job. Now, I'm part glad and part sad that those guys have been got rid of, because those guys are some of the most talented people in this industry, and I don't care what people say. Oh, the run felt rushed, and this felt rushed, and this was rushed. And they had a year to make all their games, and look how amazing they turned out. They made Skate 3 as well, the Skate series. They came from amazing racing games to amazing skateboarding games. How does a studio do that? I can't think of a studio that would make that much of a jump in difference of game and still do an amazing job on both of them. It is incredible what they did. They are some of the most talented people in the industry, and I hope they find a new home, because seriously, EA, you've got rid of some of the most talented people in the industry. You are idiots, and I hope you regret it for every day that you exist from now on. And I can see a lot of publishers are going to go under this generation. I really can, because the current model for games is going to be absolutely pathetic. It really is. Look at the state of it, okay? EA decided to get rid of the online pass, didn't they? Okay, this is not on Need for Speed topic. It's similar, but because it's EA, but they decided to get rid of the online pass, okay? Then Microsoft came out and said, oh, we're going to do DRM, so you need to have a new game, you can't have an unused one. And EA were like, yes, see, we did that, that's why. Then Microsoft came out and said, no, we're going to reverse everything, it's going to be as it is now. Then EA announced that they're going to up the prices of their games. We are paying for someone that buys a used game. That's what it's come to. How much? If you're selling 10, 20 million copies of a game at £40 each, that's a godload of money. How much money is it costing you to make a fucking game? Jesus Christ! This industry is going downhill completely. Seriously, what the hell is going on? If they're gonna have to charge 50 fucking quid a game, and they're still only just making profit, what the hell is going on? It is disgusting. EA is going to be one of the first to go, I can tell you. They may be rich, but the way they are doing this, the way they're upping all the prices, they're going to get less people buying their games, and especially because Ubisoft are doing an absolutely incredible job at destroying every single EA game currently, because Far Cry was the most fantastic first-person shooter I've played in a long time, mainly because it was story-based. They don't really get those anymore. The Crew. Do I have to say any more on that topic? EA, change it. Change it now. You're gonna die. You are really going to die if you do not fix what you are doing. You need new management a new head, you need new thinking, you need to get rid of the stupidly high costs and stop getting rid of good studios and replacing them with shit ones. Why? You know, you got rid of Criterion and you're bumming them and saying they've got the best driving ever. And everyone in there that buys the games think the other way round. Their driving mechanics are freaking awful. Anyway, this needs to turn into a bloody rant too fast, hasn't it? Need for Speed Rivals, everyone. The most angering series in existence. It just aggravates me and makes me want to go to Criterion and say, hello, I'm going to ruin your game because, well, actually, I'm going to try and make your game better because, you just delete your game and start from scratch. How about that? Yeah, it'd be better. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Need for Speed Rivals currently with all this information? Do you like the idea of buying cars? I'm guessing the police cars won't be bought but earned, which makes sense, but the police racing cars need to be bought, and I want them to be mine. I want to customize them. I want mine to be different to the guy next to me. That's the whole point. Anyway, just a quick note to Black Box. I hope you guys managed to do well. You know, you guys are some of the most talented guys in the industry, and I seriously hope you go back into racing games under Ubisoft or someone else, or Sony. You know, you're amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your thoughts on Need for Speed Rivals currently below. All things I've mentioned will be in the description. So I will see you next time. Peace.
Yes, sir. Turn everything up tomorrow. The drums, you know.